Hey everyone, welcome to 2018's Summer PD. I'm super excited to be helping host this, and we've got a lot of great people coming in July and August. Just for housekeeping sake of things, we will be having more people coming in August and the second half of July. The first half, we're really just going to kind of get situated, figure out why we're making. Because when it comes down to making, we can't just be making projects for project's sake. We need to be making as a inquiry-based project that students are having a passionate about and are excited about. And when we do that, that's where it all just works together. Otherwise, it's just this thing that we tried that didn't work, right? So today, I just want to talk about the why to. Not just the how to, but the why to. We shouldn't really be doing how-tos. If we keep making worksheets, but we just kind of tell them how to step by step, then it just becomes a three-dimensional worksheet. What we really want to do is inspire to. So I'm going to give you guys some sheets online that you guys can look at and really do this as a professional growth activity for yourself. Why are you doing it? Where are you currently in your education with your classroom? Where is your classroom currently? And then where would be the ideal state? How would you get there? And what I want you to do is I want you to draw some pictures. So there's some picture SketchUp stuff. I do this with a lot of different schools, and what you do is you start to draw. I'm kind of frowny face here, I'm kind of meh, you draw that, and your classroom's kind of boring, maybe just not exciting. We all came to teaching because we have passion for kids, and sometimes things of life just steal that away, right? So it's okay. I've been there, we've all been there. But when we do it, what we need to do is figure out, okay, how are we going to get there? It's not, plans don't fail because of lack of ideas. They fail because of lack of execution. And so this summer, I really want you guys just not learning more how-tos, more things that are going to go there, because we can talk about integration, which we will. We'll talk about low-tech making, which we will. We'll talk about how to start a lab and tips and tricks of storage. And, we just came back from ISTE and the lab's a little blown up. But still, how do we get students to be in that creative mess and enjoy it? And how do we not just burn ourselves out trying to do it? So with that, we've got a safe thing that we live in right now. We live in safety land because we have worksheets and we have things we've done, and they're probably really good lessons, and we've done really good lessons before. We have good programs. But how do we make that even better? And to do that, it's going to take some faith. It's going to be like taking a little leap of faith, like Harrison Ford in what's that movie? Indiana Jones, right? Where he jumps and he takes a step over and there's glass pedestals and he can't see him till he's there. So I'm going to ask you guys, and the guests that are on, they are kind of stars to me, some of them, but the guests that are going to be coming on, they're going to talk about this philosophy a lot. You're going to hear them talk about philosophy. It's not just activities. We can go to Instructables, and I will give you lists on where to go find good activities. But until we settle the why, until we settle where we are and how we're going to get to where we want to be, it's just not really going to be as fulfilling and full as we would like it. So that's my challenge to you guys. We're going to talk about assessment as well. I've got a assessment that I'd like to talk to you guys about, because I know that as principals and as administrators, or maybe you're an administrator in your building or a curriculum developer, you need to be able to sell this too. We are in a land of standards, depending where you are, and we need to fix that, but still play within those boundaries, right? I like to say, the world doesn't need more standard. Quick story. I'm from Alaska. I grew up in Alaska, and I really blame that actually a lot on why I am inventive and creative, because I see things differently. Just yesterday, or on Sunday, Elon Musk on Tesla, also SpaceX and gigawatt battery arrays. Elon Musk is an amazing inventor and entrepreneur right now. He makes the Tesla, and they're making the sedan, and he's a publicly traded company, and so he has to please the shareholders, kind of like standards, right? We have to please our government agencies or whoever is in charge of us. But he just created a outdoor tent, if you may, production facility so that he could meet the expectations. He told everybody, I'm going to make 5,000 cars of this new Tesla model, and I will ramp up production in the month of June, and we will hit that. Well, end of June comes. He was 5 hours short of making 5,000 cars in the month, but 5 a.m. on July 1st, he hit it. And how he did it is crazy. I mean, like normal companies and normal schools and normal people, if you may, don't do things like this. He is inventive. And how do we get our kids to do this? Here's what he did. He flew over cargo jets with a full assembly line in them from Germany. Cargo jets. Flew them in to California, built a giant tent, right? It's a pretty hefty tent, and set up a production line in their extra space on their grounds, in their parking lot, right? Set up a car production line for electric cars in a tent. And you know, the crazy thing is, if you know anything about production or manufacturing, you've seen robotic movies and stuff, they attach things to the walls usually. They attach things to the ceilings and drive things over. But no, they set up a production line. So it wasn't just Elon Musk, it was the people in his company. Those are not standard people. Those are the types of people we need. So how do we get our students to become that? Because quite honestly, if we lose this, guys, if we lose creativity, what's our country have? We're not better at crunching the numbers. We're not better at just grinding through it. We've always been better as Americans, as creatives, as innovators. And if we don't get our students prepared for innovation, they, quite honestly, they're in a world of hurt. And I've got 3 daughters. They don't grow up in Alaska. They grow up in Colorado. They don't have as many things that, well, I don't have it, I have to make it, right? But how do we get them into those places, in small places with guardrails where they can fail successfully and learn from it and want to keep doing it? And my daughter, she's an artist, my middle daughter. She loves to do things. Well, she finally in her head just the other day said, t-shirts. You know what I could do with t-shirts? I could do so many things with t-shirts. And she got online and she looked up how-tos, which is fine. And she cut her sleeves and tied them together, and she ties it in a knot. And she says, Dad, Mom, can you buy us more t-shirts? People are coming over for the 4th. I said, yeah, sure, we'll buy you t-shirts. You know what you could also do is you could heat transfer some really cool artwork onto your t-shirts. And she said, I've got some really good artwork. I said, I know. You could take a picture of it, digitalize it, turn it into a vector, so a line that a machine can follow, and then you could cut out the vinyl, that's heat transfer vinyl, on our Silhouette or Cricut cutter, right? She's been so against learning the vinyl cutter. I don't know why. We have more stuff in our lab here, and we have more stuff at home, but still she needs a reason to, right? And if we just set this new frangled idea of making in front of our students, at some point they're going to see through it, and they're going to say, you know what, that's fun, but what am I learning? Or our admin's going to see through it, and they're going to say, well, what are they learning? We're not learning it just for learning's sake. We're not just doing it to do things. We're doing it because we want kids to be able to be creative. And if we can help them on that journey, man, that is going to save the country. And that's why I'm doing this 5-session free PD, quite honestly, is I'm taking vacations, right? I'm doing things during the summer. I'm going to be out on the lake. I just got back from a bike ride. You guys are too. It takes time to do this. So don't just listen to me. Don't just listen to the experts that are on, the people that have gone before you. And that's the only reason they're experts, is they've jumped in. You will be an expert too. Maybe you already are. If you are, please share. We want to share these things. So this year we're not going to do a whole bunch of stuff because it is summer and that does take a lot of time. We're going to do Facebook. I'm going to post all videos on Facebook. We'll do some Facebook live streams as well. And we're going to then post them to YouTube or Vimeo for our Maker Bootcamp subscribers that are actually paying for the secondary thing on there. So, and we've got some great people on here, paid and non-paid. The 5 free ones, you guys, I'm gonna really try to take you guys through what I would a normal school professional development and just accelerate. And we're gonna talk about the why right now. We're gonna talk about some low-tech making. You guys are all asking about low-tech making. Great. Got some different people on to talk about that. We'll talk about some more of the background and pedagogical ideas behind it. But then I really want you guys to take some of these worksheets and do them on your own. If you want to share them, post them to the Facebook page, that's great. There's also the Instagram handle, YIT Making, YIT Making. So it's kind of like get making, but YIT Making. You can post things there, and let's just collaborate that way. We won't be doing Google Classroom this year. It was great, but it was hard to manage. So we'll be doing just the Facebook. I love calling it. I feel old that way. Let's get on the Facebook and on the gram. So we'll be doing that, and then really just via email. So a lot of things will be coming out via email. You're welcome to just hit reply on any of those emails. That'll come to our company, and it'll go probably to Tiffany on the Year in the Making. She'll be getting back to you, but I will too. I can get those messages as well. So just be thinking about those things, but let me pose this question to you. And if you haven't watched the Tony Wagner video yet that I've posted, do that, because I think that's the beginning of it. And then your assignment is to, where are you now and where are you going, right? We want to unpack that, and I'm going to give you more tools and worksheets to do that. I'm going to give you a little bit of drawing tools so you can look at how to draw different things. And then you're going to start getting ideas. We're going to go through specific ideas on how would you build this, how would you make this, how much money you have, what do you have enough for a lab? Do you have just enough for some basic things? What would be the best bang for your buck to do that? Where do you find curriculum, kind of resources? I don't really like to call it curriculum, but resources to help your students on this journey. And then my company, Design Case, is actually making some resources too that I'd love you guys to kind of help, because if I believe in design thinking, and I do, if you haven't read about design thinking, please do. We'll be talking about that too. Design thinking starts with empathy, right? And empathy is to know what your customers want. We don't need just to build things, like I said before. And we don't just need more bad widgets, right, in the world. We don't want things that are being thrown away. We want good things. So that is the intro, keeping it short. A little more housekeeping. We'll be doing these on Tuesdays or Wednesdays around 11 to 3, and I'll be putting that out via email weekly. It just depends on our guests, because once again, I don't want to be so rigid that our guests don't come on because it's summer and they just don't have time at 11. I know it would be a lot easier if we could just always be at 11 Eastern or 11 Central. We're going to try to hold to that late afternoon, early afternoon, or late morning, early afternoon time slot. But if something works differently, then I'm going to pre-record it, and then I'll try to post it at that same time. At the very end, what I'd love to do, and I am going to put these on the calendar, and I'll send out sessions probably after 4th of July of what we have scheduled. What I'd like to do is have some just hangout time, some collaboration time. So we've gone through this journey of where we are, and now at the end of 5 weeks, at the end of August, I'd like to be able to sit down with everybody that can on a room and a couple different calls, and let's just talk. What are your ways that you're going to implement, and how do we get that effectively implemented in there? Because we're in this together, and I can guide, and these other people coming on can help guide us all. But at the end of the day, it's not ideas that solve it, it's that execution. And so how are you going to execute it? Really hopefully this is just a great thing for you guys. Once again, it's not about how-tos, it's about inspire-tos. And so hopefully I can help inspire. I'm super passionate about this whole thing because I see kids getting their hands into things and working well. Our next session, we're going to talk about upcycling. I've got some different pieces here: fire hose, bike tube, and I'm going to record that one actually right now, so you have to wait a week. I'm going to post it when I'm on vacation. So I'm actually on vacation and doing speaking in San Francisco. So maybe I'll do a little live stream from San Fran or up from the lake, but at the end of the day, we're all in it together. We're going to have fun, and I'm going to work on that video right now, drink some more coffee, enjoy my time. Thank you so much. Just keep making, all right? Because this is good for kids. and that's what the kids need. All right.